Today we will explore a truly fascinating and mysterious topic: the condition of the world before the flood. Have you ever stopped to think about what life was like for the people who inhabited the earth before this colossal catastrophe, which changed the course of human history? What were the characteristics of the climate, geography, cultural practices, religious beliefs, technological advances, ethics, and spirituality of the inhabitants before God decided to cleanse the world of sin through the flood? In this video, we will investigate a series of facts and enigmas about antediluvian society, supported by the Bible and various historical and scientific sources. Stay tuned until the end, as the revelations may be surprising. Before we begin, I ask that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss any content, and share it with your friends, so they can also delve deeper into this intriguing topic. One of the first points we should consider about the pre-flood world is that it was remarkably different from what we know today in several aspects, especially in relation to life expectancy. Did you know that before the flood, human beings lived significantly longer than they do now? The Bible mentions that the patriarchs of that time lived between hundreds and almost 1,000 years. For example, Adam, the first man, lived 930 years. Set, his son, lived 912 years. Methuselah, Noah's grandfather, is known to have lived 969 years, making him the oldest man on record. And Noah, the protagonist of the flood, reached 950 years. What could explain this impressive longevity? There are several theories, and one of the most accepted suggests that Earth's environment was much more favorable to human life, thanks to a layer of water vapor that surrounded the planet, protecting it from solar radiation and creating a mild and humid climate. This layer of vapor broke up during the flood, causing the torrential rains that flooded the Earth. After this catastrophe, the climate changed drastically, becoming colder and drier, with solar radiation affecting human health and decreasing life expectancy. Another striking aspect of the antediluvian world was the direct relationship between the divine and the human. The Bible tells us that at that time God communicated directly with some figures such as Adam, Eve, Cain, Abel, Enoch, and Noah, providing instructions, warnings, and blessings, in addition to exercising judgment and punishment when necessary. Furthermore, the Bible mentions a union between the sons of God and the daughters of men, resulting in the creation of a race of giants known as Nephilim. The identity of these sons of God and daughters of men raises debate among scholars, but a common interpretation suggests that the sons of God were fallen angels who rebelled against God and descended to earth. This union gave rise to the Nephilim, hybrid beings with both human and angelic characteristics, famous for their strength and evil, who fostered violence and corruption, leading to divine wrath. To better understand the origin of this rebellion, it is necessary to go back to before the creation of the earth, when God existed in his majesty, together with his son Jesus. He created angels, spiritual beings who worshipped him. Among them, Lucifer stood out, the anointed cherub, who, dissatisfied with his position, longed to be equal to God. Overcome by pride and ambition, he convinced a third of the angels to join his rebellion. God, in his sovereignty, expelled Lucifer and the rebellious angels from heaven, who came to be known as Satan and demons, beginning a spiritual war between the kingdoms of God and Satan. When God created the earth and placed man and woman on it, Satan saw this as an opportunity to take revenge on God. He used the serpent, one of the most cunning animals, to deceive Eve, making her doubt the divine word. By eating the forbidden fruit, Eve, followed by Adam, disobeyed God, resulting in the loss of communion with him and her innocence. Thus, sin entered humanity, bringing death, pain, suffering, and injustice. One of the first examples of this new reality was the story of Cain and Abel, sons of Adam and Eve. Despite being brothers, their attitudes towards God were different. Abel, a shepherd, offered the best sacrifices, while Cain, a farmer, made offerings with less sincerity. God's rejection of Cain's offering generated jealousy, leading him to commit fratricide. God, who is just, confronted Cain, who was arrogant and tried to deny his responsibility. Despite his guilt, Cain was not left without descendants. He married and had a son named Enoch, establishing the first city in history. Cain's descendants excelled in various skills and professions, But they also turned away from God, giving themselves over to idolatry and violence. Noah, a righteous man, was chosen by God to begin a new chapter in the history of humanity. He built an ark following divine instructions, aiming to save his family and animals from the imminent flood. After building the ark, Noah entered it with his family and animals, and the flood began, covering the earth. Noah and those with him remained isolated for 150 days until the waters began to recede. Finally, God ordered Noah to leave the ark, establishing a pact with him, symbolized by the rainbow, which represents the promise that he would never again destroy the earth with water. Thus, the rainbow became a symbol of God's faithfulness, which offers new opportunities for humanity. This narrative of the flood and the story of Noah and his descendants teach us valuable lessons. Leave your opinion about the video in the comments, always respecting the views of others. If you found this content valuable, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and help us reach a larger audience. I thank you for your presence, and may God bless you.